Ari Melber did something, guys, one of the reasons I brought him here is because he taught me how to read. When I say he taught me how to read, you taught me how to quickly distill information from a news article.
The way we are generally taught to read in the West and in the education system is at one speed. In fact, many people listening to this would say, well, I didn't know there were other speeds available.
Mm-hmm.
But reading for information rather than pleasure, so a letter comes in the mail and it says, you have a long-lost relative. There's an inheritance that will be granted to you. Read this letter to learn how to get it.
I would pleasure myself to that.
Speed reading is the idea that you should obviously read that slowly and more carefully, and perhaps even more than once.
Mm-hmm.
That's at the highest level.
Yes.
Versus an article that you may not finish, where you are looking to get certain information. And so you can bounce through reading speeds. So, for example, if I'm preparing for covering something tonight and Putin and Trump have a press conference, and I'm reading through coverage of it, the first paragraph, which is almost always the setup, I can skip right through that. The analyst quote from the New York Times, if you trust the New York Times to pick their analysts, you don't need to read that extra half sentence that says
of who they are. University
of Oxford and da-da-da, and wrote a book about. Well, if you jump past a third of the gunk in there, you will read a third more stuff that's probably more relevant to you.